Nice. Going back, so this was the matchup for Puzzle 7, that I think was made by the setter with a bit of extra time, since they didn't manage it the first time round in the 90 minutes. So I thought I'd give it. Well, admittedly, I have already given it a quick solve on that Friday morning on my phone. I thought I'd go back and record the video, because it was a very enjoyable puzzle to solve. And I also have such bad memory of any logic path, so I'll probably mostly just be re-seeing it again. So this can't have a 1 or a 9, or else it's going to have problems with this lockout line. And so therefore it's got a 4 and a 6 on it as well, if I pencil mark those. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So this is from 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, and 9. Never have a 5 on the lockout line, so they go somewhere there. Oh, and these two are on the outside, aren't they? And because they're Renban. Yeah. So this from this either comes from 1, 2, 4, 8, 9, and therefore that's a 3 or 7. And the black dot's going to be the only thing that disambiguates things, isn't it? So I think I might be a bit cheeky and do it by choosing a high-low and then switching them all. Can I see which way around it's going to be? Not immediately. So I'll assume these are high, because that puts a 7, and then I can switch all my highs and lows at the end if I need to with the Renban. It's just the way I prefer to do these sort of puzzles. So that does actually make that 1, 7 pair with an 8, 9 here. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I mean, those are relatively small. But probably don't do anything immediately. 8, 9 pair. The 1s and 7s are interesting because they put 7s on here. So 7s have to be on the outside, and they're going to be relatively small. You certainly can't have a 3 or a 4 in that case, can you? So 1, 2, 5, 6 going on here. What else do I need to see? So I suppose these can't have. Oh, they can have 1. They can't have anything from 2, 3, 4, or 5 though, judging by the ends of them. So they're either a 1 or they're relatively big. And does this Renban come into play yet? Voids, like if that's a 5, they'd all have to be high or low. I think that's okay. Fives don't have to be here. You can tell my memory is appalling because I can't have solved this, but I just can't remember it at all. And there's nothing specifically that has to go on this line at all. I don't think. Certainly doesn't look like it. That is 5, then 5s are up here. But that doesn't do much. I suppose this can't have both 1 and a 6. Because then that's problematic with the lockout line rule, isn't it? That's that looks a bit more interesting, doesn't it? So these all have to be on the outside of these cells. So you certainly couldn't have a 1 or a 2 or even a 3 on the outside of as a small digit here. So it has to be a 4 or 5 with an 8 or a 9. And yeah, so you're never having a 6. That looks a bit better, doesn't it? That's 2, 3, 4 with a 5, 9 pair. There's 8s and 9s there. So you do get 9s here as well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So one of these is a 5. One of these have to be 5. Don't think so necessarily. It's not immediately apparent. Eights. Eights could go on here if they wanted. Oh, 8's in the box. 8's do have to go on here. So I guess rid of 8 from there. So 8's down here. And that was probably there for a while, wasn't it? That those two cells had to be the same. So these that come are going to be inside the 8. And that, because that could be at most a 6. Or it could be small as well. But the sort of thinking is that can't be a 4. But you could still be a 1, 5 if you wanted. So this is either smaller than the smallest digit or bigger than the biggest, as lockout lines work. And I know at least that this is exactly 4 apart, because it can't be a 1, 6 pair, or else you don't have enough to fill here. That certainly can't be a 9 now, looking at how small this is. 7 work with 4, 5, and 6. Just about. Can't have 6 anymore because of the 5, 6. So we definitely have a 3 somewhere there. Yeah, that seems quite likely. Does the black dot start being useful yet? I mean, if that's 5, 5, 4, 3 works with a 6 or whatever, doesn't it? Or this could be flipped the other way around. And if it is flipped the other way around, that has to be a 2 or a 4, which acts as an 8 or a 6. And then that has to either be a 3 acting as a 7. Sorry. Yeah, 7 acting as a 3. Which it couldn't be. Or a 6 acting as a 4, which it could. Do these Renbans come into play yet? Don't think so. Or even this one. I mean, that can't be a 1 because that's too far away from this. Does that always have to be 1? If it's big, then that's 5. But yeah, that seems okay. It's not 1 and 5. That's also not 7. That surely can't be a 3, no. But I don't think that's going to be taking off much, really, is it? 2, 6. No, that's all okay. Let's have a bit more think about the dot. I can say that that's not a 1, because either that would be 1, 2 messing up the Renban, or it would be acting as a 9, which couldn't be on a black dot. If it's 3, 6, we're okay. Yeah. And if you're If you're 3, then we are the right way around in terms of highs and lows, at least. If you're 2, just works with 1 or 4 or whatever. Must be something else I can do at the moment. No, 7. Yeah, 7s are here. 1s and 6s. Six puts 5, 1 puts 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all looking. I mean, if this had a 5, it was 5 and 1. And you get 5s doing this sort of pattern. Does that help? Don't think so. Like that could still be a 5 if it really wanted to. 5, 9, 6, 1, 2, etc. Oh, hang on, this can't be a 1, can it? There it is, because that's bigger than this is big. Or like either of those can't be a 1, because you're too short at that point. So this is at least a 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, yeah. So they can't have a 9 on it, also because that's not a 7. So what did that mean? Anything at all? If that's 7, right? Oh, you always need a 5. So that is always 5. And one of those is always 4. Ah, now we get our 5s. And that should be back doing stuff again, hopefully. So 5s, 5s, 6s, 6s, 5s. 6s, 5s are somewhere here. 2 6 pair gets rid of 6s, that's 7, 6, 4. 1s and 9s, 2, 3, 4, 5, leaves 6 there. So we can't be a 3, 7. So then you're in 6s inside, that is 1 and 5. Which places 1 here, 2, 3, and 4. And because that's a 4, we've got to be this way around, don't we? Because otherwise, that would be a 8, 7 pair, and this would be a 6, which just breaks, doesn't it? Like the 4 would be acting as a 6, and that would have to be a 7, which is not. We are the right way around, and I can now do that, which is nice. 8s and 6s. 6, 8. Which we know. Right. Back on it a bit more again. 2s and 4s and 2s and 6s as well. So what's this? That's 1, 7, 8, or 9. It's certainly not 1. So this is going to be all quite big. There's a 7 for us. Four, 3, 4, 8, 9. 8s and 8s and 3s. 2, 3, 5, 7s. I thought this would give me more. That's not 7. Can that really be a 7? No, because that's far too far away. So this is all staying relatively low, and in fact that is a 1. The 2, 3 pair, leaving 1, 4, 7. Which most of those we can do. 7's there, 7's here. There's a 7, 8, 9 with a 7 there, and 1, 3, 4, 6. 8, 9, 2, 3, 6. That looks like. Yeah. Two, 3 pair might be interesting. Probably with this lockout line, it could be, couldn't it? Know about this as well, because that's always bigger than that, because of the 1. So that's at least a 6. And you know anything about this? Not particularly. Can't be a 5. Can't be a 6 either, can it? No. There can be a 4 with a 5, 9. So yeah, let's go down to this. 1, 2, 3, 7 or 8. It's not 8 because it sees pink and blue. And this cell, oh, that also can't be 9. Same reasons that's quite small. Surely that can't be a 4. No, because it's too far between, and similarly can't be a 3 because then it's definitely between these two. That can't be a 1 either. So this is small. So this is either relatively big or relatively small. Oh, but it's not a 2, 3 pair, so this is big. That's a 2, 3 there. 1s and 9s, I could have done those a while ago. That's not an 8. It's not an 8 up there. Along the bottom here, 2, 3, 7, 8. 8s and 8s. Don't know how the rest of it goes. Ah, but that's a 7 and a 9, isn't it? 2, 3, 4, 9, and 5. Oops. Nice. 8s and 7s. But the rest of that still needs sorting out, doesn't it? Yeah. Lovely. All my Renbans and Lockout Lines are almost done, apart from this one, I think, isn't it? So one of these two is a 9 column. Does that mean anything? If that's 3 or 4, that has to be 5, doesn't it? Yeah. If that's 9, then that's 2, so that's never a 3. It's not a huge deduction. So sorry, 3, 4. That's a 5, 9. Or 9, 6, 2. Huh. Eights are here. 7s look go there. Really not got any other triples? Oh, there's a 3 from this, which should be quite big, I think. Um, 4, 5, 6, and 9. 4, 5, 6. That 3. No. 5s are down here now, aren't they? Yeah. So that's not 5. 4s and 1s from that, and that should help us out quite a bit with where everything goes. Yes, yeah. 2s, 6s, 5s. 6, 6 and 9, 3, 6, 2, 3, 4, 9, 4, 9, and the grid. Hopefully. Yes, finishes off. And a 6. Nice. I'm very pleased that you went, and I don't know if this was a corrected version of what you'd done in the time, or just a separate thing, or whatever. But enjoyed that. Nice puzzle. Hope you don't mind me solving it. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Chat to you all sometime later.